TTN-HD production live here in Los Feliz, California with Gareth Unwin, the producer of The King's Speech. Can you tell me what inspired the making of this film?
Well, the script that we came across in 2005 that David had written was originally a stage play. It was a two-hander stage play between these two men. And there was just a germ of an idea in there that struck a chord with me and my business partner in Bedlam, a guy called Simon Egan. And it was a story that we didn't know about. We were aware of that period of history. We were very much aware that the abdication story was the A story from that period of history. And I've always had, as a filmmaker, a desire to be able to, introduce new audiences to new stories and new ideas. I think there's a lot of work that's done that is great, but it's slightly samey, and I think the fact that it was such a unique story really stood out for both of us.
And did you do a lot of research on stuttering? Do you have any personal connection to? Well,
I don't, but we were very, very fortunate in as much as David Seidler, who's the screenwriter, had suffered as a child with a terrible stammer, and basically he had been force emigrated from the UK to America just prior to the Second World War. His family had relocated out here to avoid what was going on in Europe. And he used to listen to the speeches of King George VI for inspiration, because he very much felt that, if the king could get past it, then he had some hope. So at its very core, we had, a guy that was aware of all of the issues surrounding stammering, both the physical, the actual sort of vocal gymnastics that a stammerer goes through, but also the subconscious, what causes those blocks, what causes the inability to get words out in a sort of cogent and cohesive way.
Okay. And has this film further exceeded your expectations for how it would go and how audiences would receive it?
I think you always go into a film with the highest of hopes. It's too much hard work to do something that you don't believe in 100%. And I think, people do ask me, am I surprised by the success of the film? And I say, well, it's not so much surprise, but I'm incredibly gracious that the film has gone so well. Audiences have really embraced it around the world, and that to me as a filmmaker is great stuff. To have your taste vindicated, as it were. But does it come as a surprise? In a way, yes. So I've just completely contradicted myself, haven't I? I think the surprise is the scale. Everyone hopes for the film to do well, and sometimes that success can either be with critics, it can either be with awards, or it can be at box office. And normally those three things are slightly exclusive of each other. But with this film, we've hit on something that critics, awards, juries, and the global audience at large have really gone for in a big way.
And how are you feeling right now? What's it like a couple days before the awards?
Well, what I'm feeling like right now at 25 minutes past 2 on the 22nd is that the ballots shut in 2.5 hours, and for me that means that we've done as much as we could. There's no question of, I know that we're in the later rounds of the campaign, and that's something that's shocked me, is just how political these campaigns are and how they're structured with such dexterity and nimbleness, and how the whole PR machine works during this award season. So how I'm feeling right now is quite thankful that in 2.5 hours it's just about enjoying the week, getting to Sunday night. I'll be in absolute knots on Sunday evening, but it's all over by the shouting, as they say.
Okay, great, so exciting. And do you have any projects that you're working on upcoming, or?
I do. I have a couple of things in development. Bedlam, the company that I share with Simon, has a foot in both TV and feature films. We've produced 2 feature films, of which The King's Speech was our second one. And with our TV arm, we have a number of commissions that we're working on. With the film stuff particularly, I've got David Seidler's next script under option, which is this amazing tale of Lady Hester Stanhope, who was a female adventuress at the turn of the 18th century. And during her travels, she actually became embroiled in this amazing love affair with these 2 French spies, and was a double agent for. Mum even likes that one. She became a double agent for both the court of Napoleon and also the UK. So that's in development at the moment. David, once he's stopped winning awards, will hopefully get to some writing on that. And we were also very happy to be part of a film that I became aware of down in Dubai at the tail end of last year, a thing called Zaytoun. And Zaytoun is Hebrew for olive, and it's the story of the 1980s Lebanese war. This Israeli fighter goes down behind enemy lines, and he's basically led back to his base by this ragtag group of Palestinian children. So it's political, but with a small p. It's more about their journey. So that's something that Bedlam became involved with as of a couple of weeks ago. But at the moment, the next big project is to get the awards done, get home, take a deep breath, and go on holiday for a couple of weeks.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, and I wish you the best of luck.
Likewise, Katie. I hope you enjoy the rest of the award season. See you on the carpet.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for TTN-HD Production Live.